So way back when polytheism was a thing, there was a story of a little thing called the Trojan War. This started when the goddesses of strife and discord wanted to cause strife and discord. She did this by antagonizing three girls, by making a boy, Paris, practically rank them. Good thing these girls weren't goddesses with large fan bases, because that wouldn't be good. Well, they happen to be just that. Anyway, one of the goddesses, Helen, got the hots for Paris. Wait 1 second, I'm reading too much background information. I just realized I didn't need this much. Basically, a summary is when Paris said, "Hey, Helen, come to Troy." And she was like, "Okay." Sparta's king was like, "Hey, you can't do that." In which Paris replied, "Watch me." And they lived happily ever after. Except that didn't happen, and a 10-year war followed. A war this epic required epic people such as Odysseus and Achilles, because they were just so darn good at war. It was only natural of them to try to avoid fighting in this specific war, though, because that makes sense. Odysseus doesn't want to war, because an oracle told him that he would come back 20 years later as a beggar. So Odysseus, to avoid looking like a noob, decided to act crazy to get out of war. So when the officials came, they said, "Hey, Odysseus, come fight in the Trojan War." And then Odysseus said no. And then the officials said, "Why though?" And Odysseus said, "I'm too busy plowing my field with salt." And the officials said, "Why you doing that?" And Odysseus said, "I'm too crazy to know any better." So the dream team was about to pack it up and head home, but one of them had the marvelous idea to throw a baby in front of the plow. And then Odysseus said, "Hey, let's not run over the baby with a plow." So he stopped everything he was doing, which made the officials realize that he wasn't crazy, since only a crazy man would run a baby over. So after they decided that Odysseus was fit to go to war, next stop was Achilles. Achilles didn't want to fight because he got into an argument with the ally king. Anyway, Achilles, being the proactive smarty pants that he was, he decided to disguise himself as a girl. When the officials came, they couldn't find him. That was until someone got suspicious of Achilles and decided to let off a fake warning alarm of an enemy attack. Then, like an excited high schooler during a fire alarm, he quickly jumped up, reaching for the nearest sword and shield, and sprung into action. Then, the strongest man ever to experiment with drag, Achilles, was taken by the officials and drafted into war. As a last-ditch effort, Achilles tried to hide in a bush to evade war yet again, but they found him. The end.